you feel uncomfortable selling, whether it's selling a service in a business or perhaps your skills and your abilities in job interviews or as a leader in meetings and partnerships. Hi, this is Dr. Amina for another episode of Wise Wednesdays, and here I'm in the heart of Mayfair, where I think there are about 300 hedge funds, and I thought it was ironic that here people are selling other people, very wealthy people, the ability to make more money, whereas you might be just trying to sell something to help other people and sell something tangible. But what is it that makes us uncomfortable with money, or selling rather? I thought it'd be interesting to look at the meaning of selling. Let's reframe that, because the original meaning is to give. It comes from the old English sellan, to give. It's only later that selling became associated with an exchange of money, and that became the emphasis. And it's true that probably most of us have had bad experiences of manipulation, of pushiness with selling, or of buying something and feeling disappointed because it was oversold or it wasn't quite true to the description and we didn't get what we thought we were getting. And we also live in an extractive economic system, patriarchal capitalism, that's based on scarcity, and it's based on competition, and it's marked by manipulation through advertising and similar practices, but also extraction to create capital and profit, and accumulation. So there are people getting wealthier while others are getting poorer, or not necessarily getting as rich. And this can feel difficult to participate in. It can feel difficult that you're participating in such a system. So what do? Well, nothing's going to really take away the discomfort of selling entirely, but you can find your own way to feel ethically aligned with your values. And that's what I've tried to do in my business, and that's what I find works best for me in my business, having gone from a career where I was offering medical services, research services, and getting paid a salary and not really knowing, caring much about how the money was coming or going, to actually seeing a direct link between my work and the money I receive. So this, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this, and this is the conclusion I came to, that we need to approximate or integrate the gift economy. What is the gift economy? The gift economy is a system where the flow of goods, services is based on giving and receiving, and it's decoupled from sort of direct exchange of giving and getting money back, which is a transaction. And it's also based on relationships rather than systems or technology for facilitating transactions. And the gift economy is based on abundance, so a sense that there's enough for everyone, unlike the patriarchal capitalist system, which is based on scarcity and the need for someone to have more and then to possibly distribute to others, or for a sort of financial or trade system or commerce system to facilitate the flow of goods, which is devoid of the more relational aspects of the gift economy. So what can you do specifically? Well, if we say that the patriarchal capitalist system is based on manipulation, extraction, and accumulation, then the gift economy is its response is to practice generosity, connection or relationality, and trust. So in a business, what this means, and these are principles that you can apply them differently based on the situation. In terms of generosity, it's to decouple the selling from the money. So when you're selling or giving, as the original meaning is, you leave some time between you presenting what you're wanting or what you're asking for and what you can offer and give, from receiving the money itself, rather than having a fast transaction where someone just presses a button or they never even talk to you. And that requires that we heal on a certain level our ability to give without expecting anything, but also to ask for what we need and then to receive enough or plenty for what we need, and just practice that sense of abundance. That's number one. Number two is connection. So, and that requires kind of avoiding scaling or scaling too fast. So rather than trying to create something that creates passive income and that means you never speak to anyone and never have to work, which is kind of what's implied with passive income, and I don't believe truly exists, you actually focus on relationships, relationship building, and understanding people and what they need, and letting them get to know you and understand what you can offer, and see if it's really in alignment and a true match. That's based on values rather than just the greed or the need to accumulate, which is kind of ingrained, or the need to extract to accumulate. And I realize I'm saying strong words and this might be triggering, but we need to talk about these things more openly so we can actually make progress. And finally, three is to avoid the manipulative tactics. So a lot of marketing, a lot of advertising is based on certain psychological triggers, and people sell you how to trigger those triggers, whether it's scarcity or urgency and so on. So avoid using those and make sure people trust you. Let that trust develop by showing that you're really able to help and that you want to understand whether you can help or not, or maybe you're not the best person to help or deliver a service, or the best person for that role or whatever. And trusting that there's enough, that there are other opportunities. And this is hard because it's not reinforced by the system. This goes against the system. But if we don't try, and some of us don't try within our constraints, then nothing will ever change. I hope that's helpful. This is a longer video than I thought. But I hope there's something in there for you so that you're able to go out there and offer your gifts, your talents, your services, whether it's in an organization or a business, and know that you're doing something to transform the system as you integrate more of the gift economy principles, and trust that life will support you. Have a great week and see you soon. Bye.